Hello everyone and welcome to Block and Load. It's David here.
Hey, it's Toby here. We're going to be doing some Let's Play videos. Two, to be precisely.
To be precisely. I love it.
It's a word that we use now. I'm going as Anthony Tony Toretto, who's the engineer character. David's going as Sergeant Sarge Stone, who's the sergeant character. Weirdly enough, according to his name.
Yes.
What blocks have you chosen, David?
I have chosen Satchel Charge Bomb, Bricks, Landmine, Respawn Pad, and Large Bomb, so I'm going quite damagey.
Okay, that's cool. I'm going to go for... I've got Bricks as the standard thing. I've got a Force Gate, which basically lets me... it stops enemies, and it lets through friends, which is pretty cool. I've got the Fire Trap as well, which triggers when an enemy gets close. I've got the Healing and the Ammo Crate.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, which are both pretty dope.
We're looking like a pretty balanced team, although we haven't got a healer on board.
We don't, but the healers are less kind of useful than in other games, because only one of the things heals. The rest of them are kind of corrosive AoE attacks.
Okay, so we're going to have to hope that our team is going fairly defensive, I guess, in their way, because we've got quite a lot of damage. You know, if they have medics and stuff, then they could do some sort of damage into our team with their AoEs effect. If you haven't seen the video that we did earlier on, guys, go and check that one out. That was a little introduction to this game, Block and Load.
Yeah,
useful, gives you more information on the game. Right now, we're just going to be playing through the match.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, basically Block and Load is Team Fortress 2 meets Minecraft and has a baby. Yeah, called it Block and Load. It's a game by Jagex. It's basically like a sort of tower defense game in a sort of way. You've got 3 cores that you've got to try and defend against the enemy team at the same time, simultaneously trying to get rid of their cores. Yeah, and then you also have this kind of building element, as you can see by what it looks very much like Minecraft.
And you would have thought and would have hoped that we would be really proficient at this game based on the fact that we have played a lot of Minecraft and a lot of Team Fortress 2, but we're not that good.
We're really not. We're both very bad. But you know, let's give it another go.
There's rooms for learning.
Exactly. There's room for improvement.
And there's rooms for sleeping. I want to go to the rooms for sleeping.
I'd quite like to go to one of the rooms for learning.
Do you?
Yeah, I like learning.
Maybe we should do a video later. In fact, we will do a video later on, maybe with a bigger breakdown, won't we, of the game? So once we've played a few more matches later on, maybe in the new year, you guys will see that. Yep. That'll be cool.
We might do a video of David just sort of lying down in the sleeping room as well.
Building phase has begun.
Okay, this is... Oh, good lord.
Right.
Okay, it looks... By the look of this one... Well, not by the look of this one. There is only the 1 core on each side. There's not 3 here.
No.
Yeah, so that's good. That means that there's only 1 to defend, which is good because it means that we can kind of focus all of our defense, but then again, so can the enemy.
So at the moment, the team are digging out big, vast swathes of the easy-to-break blocks. What are you digging out, mate?
I'm digging out sand at the moment. If you look above my little avatar to the lower left, every time I break one of these blocks, it gives me a few more resources, or, you know, sort of resource points or whatever. And everything that I build gets me costs me resource points, so I want to try and get as many as I can using these pretty much extraneous blocks.
You are chowing down through those blocks as well. Like your drill, it gives you a really fast pace.
Yeah, the engineer is pretty much one of the most indirect warfare classes. My number 1 is a really cool sort of turret.
Yeah,
with
like
a 360 firing arc. Exactly, yeah. So I can just surround our base with that.
Okay, so I've got almost over 3,000 building points now. So
okay, so
we're going to take these bricks and put them to good use, I think.
Okay, have you got sandbags, or did you get bricks?
I just have bricks.
That's all right then, because bricks are still pretty powerful. Sandbags are more powerful, but the bricks are still pretty good. I think I
went for bricks because we could build more of them, and we've got one base here. So although, you know, we can't necessarily heavily defend it, a lot of bricks will give us multiple walls and multiple like instances of defense. So we can have like a castle with you know, an initial wall, and then an inner wall, and then a keep, and then a tiny prison, and then traps and all sorts of stuff. We could even build a maze if we liked. In fact, I think that's kind of where we're going.
Sort of. I always one of the things I dislike about putting blocks everywhere is that there's a lack of entrances. So that's why I got the force block this time round, because it basically means that we can go through this entrance. Yeah. But our enemies can't. Yeah. Our enemies can't.
They could try and blow it up, of course, but it's really easy for us to defend with just a couple of landmines put down. So if they come through the walls at this point, they are going to eat it. So
wait, what are they going to eat?
What it?
Is there food?
No. Oh. No, there's no food in the game,
unfortunately.
Unlike Minecraft and Team Fortress 2, where there's been bread for days.
Although, having said that, this could be an apple core.
It could be an apple.
You know,
that was horrendous. I've never viciously defended an apple core before.
I have.
Have you? That was
yes.
Unintentionally poetic as well.
It was. You were practically V from V for Vendetta.
Only with the word core.
Instead of the word V.
V.
Which, as everybody knows, is in fact a word.
Yeah, it is.
And not a letter, as those heathens in the Greek letter.
We've only got 2 minutes 50 left.
That's all right, because I'm basically going to spend this entire time in a very defensive role, I think.
Do you think?
Yes.
Or do you know?
No, I know. Actually, I'm going to be confident with this. I know.
Uh-huh.
Because, yeah, one of the problems with... we played a game a while back, and one of the problems with that game is that everyone likes attacking. I mean, I like attacking as well, but
yeah,
you do need people to defend, otherwise...
Once you're in, it's like... you're just cut off from your core, and once the core starts getting attacked, it can get kind of depleted quite quickly.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, it can throw up some problems if everybody's out of place.
Yeah. So I'm going to very definitely go for a defensive role, and I think you've chosen the assault guy, so you're going to go for I suppose a very assaultive role. Assaultive? Yeah,
assaultive.
Assaulted
peanut.
A salty role. I'm going to go for a salty roll.
A roll of assaulted.
I'm not going to lie. If I went to a restaurant and got a salty roll, then I would send it back.
Would you?
I would.
I prefer flour on my baps.
Exactly, yeah. I don't like putting salt on my buns.
No, I don't like that either.
No, I imagine you as an audience.
Speaking of humour, I guess, and silly jokes.
Speaking of things that make us laugh,
there is definitely a massive element of humour to this game, which I frankly adore.
Yes, it's incredible.
It is really fun.
The very fact that the game has a profanity filter, just kind of makes you sort of go, oh, well, that's the sort of game that we're playing.
Yeah, I mean, the tagline is, oh, I've fallen off the building. That's not the tagline.
It's an awful, awful tagline.
I love how I've managed to accrue a death already. With 1 minute left to go. What the block are you going to do is the tagline, as you just heard there. And I don't know, that does it for me.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, it's an interesting question, though. What the block are you going to do?
What are you not going to do?
What the block are you going to do? I feel like halfway through, he's actually just sort of saying, what are you going to do? And then halfway through, he just points out something. Like, what? Oh, the block.
Oh, the block.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
It is sort of resume, like, speaking.
30 seconds. 30 seconds to put up a couple bits more walls. I feel like I built almost all of the defence.
Do you? Right, because I've been working on a sort of...
Well, at least the infrastructure of the defence.
Okay.
I'm just mashing blocks down now. This game is being updated constantly, and it is in beta, so it's quite nice. Like, they are improving it, and they're definitely like listening to bug fixes and people's like wishes and things, which is quite nice. Jagex are good that way.
I'd wish they'd listen to my wish.
What's your wish?
I want a fairy cake.
I've just pressed Q. I've just got my weapon out. I am ready. Whoa.